Welcome back. New data from Brown University's student newspaper showing nearly 40% of students there identify as the LGBTQ plus community. The number doubling since 2010. The survey appears to provide even further evidence of the increase in LGBT identification, perhaps influenced by social pressure. About 38% of students at the Ivy League school identified as either homosexual, bisexual, queer, asexual, pansexual, questioning, or others. It's more than 5 times the national rate for adults not identifying as heterosexual. A similar poll conducted at the school found more than 10 years ago found that 14% of the student body identified as the LGBTQ plus community. The poll was conducted by the Brown Daily Herald. It's an independent student newspaper at the Rhode Island school, released in June as part of the Pride Month special issue. Unclear the details of this survey or how many students were polled. But the findings there, again, according to this newspaper, 40% of the students at Brown University identify as LGBTQ.
Right, clearly seen in that poll there as an increase there over the years, as that or over time, as you've seen from that report. Again, 40% there. Just take a look at that poll there, and you can see how this is clearly laid out here through the years there, which is covered up by the super as well. So again, we'll continue to follow that story as well. Meantime, sticking with college, a private Michigan Catholic college has created a new taxpayer-funded course teaching students how to address transphobia and other diversity issues there in the workplace.
Students at Siena Heights University in Adrian, Michigan will be able to participate in the course this fall. The university is offering a new certificate in justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and students will be expected to complete 12 hours worth of training on concepts including racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia. The university reportedly received almost $35,000 to fund the program. With us now, Dr. Stanley Ridgely, a Drexel University professor who's been speaking out against this, and a Michigan State Representative, Matt Hall. So welcome to you both, and thanks so much for coming on. Dr. Ridgely, if you could talk to us about this almost trend that we've seen on university campuses, this focus on DEI-related education. What have you noticed?
Well, what I have to say, first of all, thank you for having me on your show, Emma and Sean. But first, I'll say that what we're dealing with when we talk about DEI, almost irrespectively of where it is a kind of a faux diversity. It's kind of a counterfeit diversity. It's not the kind of diversity that we in the American and Enlightenment University have always experienced, which is inviting different ideas, concepts, theories into the marketplace of ideas, contend, question, challenge them. And if they're found wanting, they're shown the exit. No, this is a very different type of diversity, counterfeit diversity with respect to DEI. And almost without exception, these DEI programs, similar to the one that's coming on board at Siena Heights, are engaged in categorizing people according to a very primitive Manichaean ideology of villains and victims, oppressors and oppressed, exploiters exploited, enemies and allies. And you are slotted into one of these two categories by virtue of the color of your skin. Your personal experience doesn't matter. Your lived experience, your history doesn't matter. Your belief system, none of that matters. And you are expected to behave according to that script. And I fear that that is what is going to happen here, because all of these DEI programs draw from the same tainted pseudoscientific well.
And you hear about DEI programs in corporations, right? And obviously that would be private funded money. But right now we're talking about tax dollars that are submitted. State Rep, that's where you come in. State Rep Matt Hall, if I could just ask you about that again. This course, Battling Transphobia, how to deal with that. Again, using tax funded dollars. And by the way, the man behind this is a consultant for DEI for corporations implementing DEI within the workplace, fitting there. But again, State Rep, talk to me about this taxpayer-funded dollars. Is this known among the community of what is happening there at Siena?
Well, Governor Whitmer's $82 billion budget just passed, and this spent our state's entire surplus, and we're going to probably have to raise taxes next year because of it. And in that budget, we fund grants so students can attend this university. And I give Governor Whitmer credit because she realizes they can't find jobs. So now we're also funding dozens of DEI positions throughout state government. So when people finish this program, I guess they can get a job. She funds 8 workers in state government to do DEI training to all state employees. There's a DEI officer now in the Secretary of State's office, even though they took out requirements to keep them open. And they're doing a state government DEI summit. So they'll have plenty of opportunity for these graduates to get jobs, because I don't know where else they would get them.
Very, very interesting, of course. Is there a demand for it? Well, if all companies require it, I guess it could be an opportunity for you. But we'll end on this, Dr. Ridgely here. If you're in the classroom, you hear from students, are any of them apprehensive about having to take these courses? Do they really believe in what they're being taught?
Well, in the classroom, I found I don't need 35,000 taxpayer dollars to tell people to treat people with respect by virtue of their inherent humanity, and don't be mean to people. I mean, that's what the Enlightenment University is all about, and we don't need to take taxpayer money to tell people that.
All right. Well said. We'll leave it right there, gentlemen. Dr. Stanley Ridgely and Michigan State Rep Matt Hall, thank you both for coming on today.